Hello, true duelists. My name's Craig Fee, and welcome to the new card report. Duelist Advance is the next core set in the OCG, following Alliance Insight, which if naming conventions follow the pattern, means that this will be the next green starting set of the series of cards, which is a legacy of sets that have done some crazy things for this game. Duelist Alliance is widely considered to be a turning point towards modern Yu-Gi-Oh! In the game's power level, and Duelist Nexus introduced the onslaught of Link summons. And now Duelist Advance is here to give support to Zubababa. Yep, I'm sure this one's gonna be phenomenal. Zubababa Knight is first up, a level 3 Earth Warrior with 1600 attack and 900 defense. On normal or special summon, you can choose to activate one of two effects. How cool is that? The first will let you add any Zubababa monster from your deck to your hand, and then this card will become the level of the searched monster. Or if you're a fan of useless effects, you can choose to pop a level 4 or lower defense position monster the opponent controls instead. It also has an effect if it's detached as an Xyz material to activate a monster's effect, and that will add a GaGaGa monster from your deck to your hand. That second on-summon effect, the pop a defense position one, may as well not exist in the land of constructed Yu-Gi-Oh!, but it's probably going to tear up some other Yu-Gi-Tubers' sealed-only series in a few months' time. Other than that, I don't know if I can evaluate this card well at all. It searches two monsters technically, so that's good, but they're a Zubababa and a GaGaGa, which is bad. And it's not good if nothing else. It's also pretty tricky because I only can remember a single Zubababa card, and it was a rank 4 Xyz that I only remember because a Yu-Gi-Oh! For Real Men video showed equipping Gate Guardian to it to beat down the opponent. Shoutouts to the GOAT, but that's not really relevant to whatever the hell it is I assume they're trying to do with this. So yeah, I'm going to declare that this card is fine. It can be used to search two monsters. Surely that can lead to something. GaGaGa Ganbara Knight is a level 4 light warrior with 0 attack and 1800 defense, which I believe is another reference to a Zexal card from a long time ago. And I just am now seeing that autocorrect in my script has changed the word Zexal into sexual, which is going to cause me to stutter on some level as I continue to read through this script. So shoutouts to that. Remember, time is the enemy because 13 years ago, and autocorrect is the enemy because Yu-Gi-Oh! Sexual was just not one of the ones that I watched, and that is a true statement. This can reveal a GaGaGa monster in your extra deck and then special summon itself from the hand, and can then activate one of two effects, either to special summon a GaGaGa monster from your hand or to change a monster's battle position. And it has a similar effect when detached as an Xyz material, this time to search a Gogogo monster instead. Now, I do find it funny that you can already see the pattern that's going to be here, because I bet you up next is a Gogogo that will search a Dick, or whatever the hell it is these archetypes are named. Probably that one will search a Zubababa, and then they'll kind of work in a big circle, because that's just how card design tends to go, I find. I do find it funny that they've put a effect to switch a monster to defense position to presumably pair with Zubababa, but Zubababa can only get access to this if it's in the graveyard because it was detached as a material, or I guess technically in the banished is possible as well, but fuck semantics. The point is, I love that there's a clear A searches B, but you can't synergize the other effect, and even then what you're getting is a defense level 4 position monster popped on the opponent's field. It's like, go through so many hoops and hurdles, because why would you want an extender that could also be an extender to make a free rank 4 when you could instead do something that, like, a spell card that hasn't seen play in 3 decades has ever seen used for? I'm so lost here, dude. It's fucking 2013 ass card design. What don't you get? Time to get going into Gogogo Goblinberg, which is the exact nostalgia support we need, I guess. And of course, shoutouts to this guy for making Gadget's Mistiming the original Goblinberg, because that'll always be funny to me. This new one's a level 4 Earth Warrior with 1400 attack and 0 defense as well. And if normal summoned, it will let you special summon a non-warrior Gogogo monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard, and then switch itself to defense position because lore reasons. Using this effect will lock you into only summoning Xyz monsters for the turn, as though you'll be doing anything else with these cards anyways. It also has an effect when detached to activate an Xyz Materials effect, and look at that, it does actually search an all-new dick monster. Holy shit, dude! No, it searches Dododo. Or whatever. I'm gonna guess that you can improve on Goblinburg by making it tour guide, because that's apparently what they've done, and it's apparently better. I just question why they felt the need to keep the defense position switch. Like, I get that it's for funny lore reasons, but it's also very funny that in 2025, someone at Konami HQ was like, no man, make sure what it summons can miss the timing. Functionally, I don't need to tell you that a tour guide is good, but I do need to say that I recognize the guy in the background of this card, because I think he's one of the like 1800 defense can't be destroyed once per turn by battle guys. Never thought I'd care about them, but it's cute to see them popping up now and again in the background of like these cards. I remember that shit from like the Chaos set, the Utopia one. That's crazy. Order of Chaos, that was the name. Dododo Warrior actually has a bonus Do in the name, and I'm not sure how to feel about that. Nor am I sure how to feel about the fact that it's a level 6 Earth Warrior with 2300 attack, 1900 defense, and it's a fucking Dododo Circular. Yeah, you can send a Dododo monster from the deck to the grave as cost to special summon this from your hand, but doing so will make it level 4, make its attack become 1800, and you'll be locked into Xyz monsters from the extra deck for the turn. And what bonus does the almighty Dododo Circular get, you might ask? Nothing. That's it. It just summons itself and then locks you. But it's, you know, if it's detached as a material, you'll get a Zubababa because, like I said, we're going to bring it full circle. Now, does a monster really count as a circular if it only summons itself by foolishing something? Or does it need to do something else? I don't know, but I'm saying it's close enough to be a circular because Lord knows dodo dinguses need it pretty badly, I'm assuming. It's searchable and it summons itself. While you're playing under a lock, it doesn't matter because that's all this deck does anyways. Why they couldn't make it level 4 regardless, just in case you need to normal summon it, is because shut up, Dododo needs to be some level of unplayable or some level of forgettable, and this being level 6 will fulfill both of those criteria. Number F-Zero Utopic Futures Zexal is what that script says, is a sequel to F-Zero, but not a better one than Utopic Future Draco, because that card's just kind of nutty. This is another no-rank light warrior with 0 attack and defense, needing 2 Xyz monsters with the same rank to summon it as a material. It'll always be treated as a rank 1 and lacks it visually on the card because it looks cooler, or something to that effect. It'll also gain attack equal to the total ranks of all monsters you control and all ranked monsters in your opponent's graveyard, multiplied by 500, and your opponent cannot target it on the field except for attacks, and then they have to target this. So that's cool. That's really neat that it turns off imperm, I guess. The unique effect is that when the opponent activates a card on the field, you can detach a material to take control of an opponent's monster, and then this will become indestructible for the turn. Now, it's a non-targeting snatch deal to protect itself, and to make it, you just need to upgrade the original F-Zero, and that's cool. So it's like the original F-Zero Plus, because it doesn't need to battle to take what it takes. That's cool, right? Something like that. Still think UFD is better than this, but it's got a wacky, wild, flexible attack stat, probably based on the opponent's graveyard for anime lore reasons, but like I said, I never watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Sexual, so I can't tell you what's going on here. It's just like a neat lore bonus, I guess. It doesn't really seem all that good, and it's, I guess, really neat if you want to make your stuff unimpermable until this gets impermed, because it's the only thing that they can imperm while it's on the field, right? It makes it so nothing else can be targeted. Did I misread the effect initially? Whatever, it's right here. You can see what it says. I'm pretty sure they can only imperm this, so I guess they will. Cool. Wait, is GaGaGa Girl really not a name already? I'm shocked they haven't used that. This new one's a rank 4 though, and it's a dark spellcaster, 15 attack, 18 defense, and it needs any 2 level 4s to summon. And if it has a GaGaGa, Gogogo, Dododo, or Zubababa monster as a material, you can detach a material to add a GaGaGa, Xyz, or Anamato card from your deck to your hand. No, I'm not losing my mind, I'm just having a stroke. It'll also give an effect to an F-Zero Xyz monster that it has a material of, That's wrong. If it's a material of an F-Zero monster, that F-Zero monster will gain an effect, that being to make a second attack in each battle phase on the turn that it's summoned. Now, the only card I'm familiar with from all of the things that this searches off the top of my head is the Onomatopoeia spell. That's good for like these 4 archetypes, but I honestly can't even remember what that card does and decided I don't care about these cards enough to look into it. I just remember 8 or 9 people telling me it was good 8 or 9 years ago. So that must count for something. It's got the new support cards going though, so you can detach to search, and then the detached card will also search, so you can get a lot of fetching going with this, which is a fetching nice little card, isn't it? It's a consistency boost, and it can help you OTK, I guess, by letting F-Zero attack twice or something. I don't know. That's cute. That's nifty. None of this still seems worth it compared to UFD, but I guess you could make a UFD with this and then swing for 6k with that card, so that's something. But I don't know if they did that in the anime, so I guess you're probably not doing that. Heroic Champion Magnum Excalibur is a wild addition to this series of cards because it has nothing to do with any of them. This is just a heroic card they revealed in the midst of all of this, and I don't know why. I guess anime reasons, but I really do not know why. So, remember how the OG one in 2012 was played in like warrior piles? I guess this one can be too, and that's what Zubababa, Gogogo, Dododo, GaGaGas are. This is another light rank 4 warrior with 2000 defense and attack like the first one had, and it also needs 2 level 4 warriors to summon. It's got a very similar effect to the first one, as it can double its own attack, but this doubling will happen in damage calculation, still requires you to attach 2 materials, but will double the current attack and not its original, which is something that I guess is unlike the first version of this card. It also has a secondary effect that it can quick effect, attach itself as an equip spell to another monster during the main phase to give that monster 2000 attack and defense, and if it's in the graveyard, you can banish it and then shuffle 3 warriors into the deck. I really like that it's just marginally better than the first one from 2012, not even by a huge amount. Like, I guess now it doubles its current attack, which is relevant for that heroic card that doubles the attack of a heroic monster, because Lord knows a lot of casuals have cheated with that card in their time, and I'm saying that as a casual that cheated with that card in his time back in 2012. Since original Excalibur doubles the original attack, and that card was fucking useless. It also happens in the damage step, which is cute, so you can get around negates until the opponent reads the card and goes, well, I'll just Veiler it at the end of the main phase, and then you can't use its effect regardless. And then that'll suck, but hopefully your opponent just doesn't read. Other than that, I guess it just is the world's craziest tech to quick effect equip itself to an insect monster, and then since that monster will have 2000 defense through this equip spell, it'll then be used as a fusion material for the ultimate great insect in a play completely unimaginable by the people who designed these cards. Or, you know, that doesn't happen, but it's funny to imagine, right? Other than that, I got nothing. I'm looking at a script, there's a whole bunch of words that just read, why the fuck is this here? And that's really all that needs to be said. GaGaGa Hope Tactics will become GaGaGa Utopia Tactics in the TCG because Hope is simply far too feminine a name for this card. It's a continuous spell that'll make your Utopia and Utopic Xyz monsters, whose original attributes are light, into little mini towers, making them untargetable by the opponent and indestructible. And once per turn, you can declare a level between 1 and 12, and then target 2 monsters you control, including at least 1 GaGaGa, and they both become that level. And just for some bonus, if you summon a Utopic or Utopia monster whose original attribute is Xyz and light, whose original attribute is Xyz, flawless, you can pop a card. When you summon a light Utopia or Utopic Xyz, pop a card. That's fantastic. It's like that Utopia card that draws, and it's not like it at all, because they just happen to involve Utopia. That's the sum of it. It'll let you pop cards though. It can make your monsters a little stickier because they can't be destroyed or targeted. And if nothing else, you now have access to the Thinking Man Zeus play turn 1 by making 2 of your monsters level 12. And it's searchable off the GaGaGa Girl, which makes it at least okay to help you pop cards and get towers over the coast of the duel, because if it's searchable, it's much better. It's not crazy, it's not insane, but I guess it helps you make some plays, and adds a little bit of removal to the board, which might be something this deck lacks. Again, don't know, not particularly one who cares. And last up is Xyz's Unbreakable Barrier, which I felt should have been Unbreakable Xyz Barrier, but my opinion is irrelevant. The counter trap here is a nice way to stop spell cards, trap cards, or the activation of monster effects, just so long as you control Xyz monster. You can negate the activated card, then detach 2 materials from Xyz monsters you control, and then destroy 1 card on the field. It also has a graveyard effect to banish itself and then target an Xyz monster you control, and attach a light Utopia or Utopic Xyz monster from your graveyard to it as a material. That's a pretty neat alternative to Judgment. I kind of like when they do stuff like this with these cards, because it doesn't destroy what it negates. Instead, you can negate something and then pop something else. The catch, of course, is that you need to have some Xyz monsters on board, and, you know, the materials to do so. Maybe Goblin likes that, who knows. Otherwise, beyond that, it's neat that it's got a nice little recover Xyz materials effect. Now you can reattach a material to your GaGaGa Cowboy and burn them for 2,400 in a game. Now that's crazy, isn't it? Or, you know, attach it to Dweller while we still have that card before it gets banned. That's crazy too. It's pretty solid in all things considered, and again, searchable with GaGaGa Girl makes it a very solid, somewhat generic tool for decks that can make rank 4s, assuming you want to tech in GaGaGa Girl and this. But yeah, there's been worse things for Utopia in this fucking wave alone, let alone prior. So all in all, why the fuck is there a heroic card in all of this? I don't care, I'm still on it. Why is it here? Who did this in the anime? I didn't watch the sexual anime, I didn't see those shenanigans, but I just want to know why they have it here and why it's only like 1.2 times better than the original. But apart from that out of place card, it's a cute little wave of support. I can't believe I read these cards, and I don't really need to talk about how this deck that was never ever meta is continuing to not ever be meta with the support, because that's just not what this deck is. Some decks just don't get to do that. And for a lot of people, I guess that's fine. If you want to go cosplay Mr. Sexual and then play your anime duel with Utopia, power to you. This is probably going to be a very affordable way to do so, and it's a nice callback to a show that I didn't watch. So I'm particularly not interested. But that's not a negative trait to it. It just means it's not for me. Because if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, if you expect me to say Gogogo, GaGaGa, Dododo, Zubababa, and like not get assaulted, my friends would hit me. They would beat me with hammers. And honestly, I'd support them doing it. It's just not my kind of thing. So power to you if you enjoyed it. I don't remember what a single one of these things did, but now you are marginally better than like whatever the hell it was Zubababa was dealing with and struggling against before. Digital bugs? Who knows? Who even remotely knows? Shout outs to the Zexel fans for keeping this one alive, and just remember the Blue Eye support will forever be better than your anime support. You chose the wrong anime, and that's not my opinion, that's Konami with the new wave of support that they keep giving it. It's DM or die, kids. Stop watching the sexual Yu-Gi-Oh anime, and I really don't want to keep this joke going, so remember, that's autocorrect Zexel. And so that wraps it up for this new card report. Can't believe I covered that nonsense. Just covered that in this video, and that's it. The update, as always, will be out on Friday. Until then, hit subscribe, impress your smoking Italian wife, become a true duelist, build a boat with Tim Robbins, and find this hidden island of Sawataneo. All in that order, friends. I'll see you next week.